directions. People want different things.
Okay, so people grow apart.
Yeah.
So they may have had things in common at the start of the relationship.
And that's how relationships fall together. Wanting the things, or they're attracted to something in a person. And as time goes on, they realize that maybe someone isn't the person that they thought they were.
So do you mold with the person who's changed, or do you pack your things and leave?
I think what's important in a relationship is knowing what we both want. Sometimes we have goals that are in common, and when one person changes, the other person needs to decide whether those changes are still consistent with what they want, and whether they can live with the changes, or it's completely inconsistent with their values, or whether they want their lives to move in a completely different direction.
So Rakhi, let's just say, for argument's sake, there's a couple, they are married, they come to see you, they have some challenges. Do they end up talking about divorce on day one? Is it something that they coming into counseling or therapy saying that this is where it's going to end?
So I think it depends on the stage in which they do come to therapy. So you do get those who come to therapy only because one partner is already filed for divorce. And it might be that that person is asked to come to therapy all along and the other partner didn't, but now it's gotten to the stage that they decided that it's a last resort and they would. Or sometimes they come in before considering divorce. So it just depends on which part or where they are in that process. So sometimes they might already be talking about divorce. And it's quite fine, the process, but it can still work if you're willing to make changes. But you need to remember that there's a lot of hurt by the time divorce is being considered already.
So when they come to see you, when couples come to see you, damage has been done already.
Yes, so when someone's already filed for divorce, a lot of damage has been done already, because they've already considered every other option and possibly feel that there's no other resort. Having said that, I have seen the odd case where somebody's already gotten divorced and has come to me and said, I've made the biggest mistake of my life. Because remember, divorce can be easy nowadays. So, you can go to the High Court and get a divorce very quickly. And then you look back and realize, oh my goodness, perhaps I got sought advice from the wrong person, and perhaps this friend just spurred me on to get it, and I did it and realized now that I made a really big mistake. My partner doesn't even want me back anymore because they really hurt.
And your partner may have moved on.
Sometimes they haven't, sometimes they have, and even if they haven't moved on, they just really hurt and really reeling from it.
So the reality, though, that it doesn't always have to end in divorce.
No, and divorce is not easy. Sometimes we think that divorce is an option. It always is an option, but it really isn't the easier option, whether or not there are kids involved. I always say try to make a marriage work first. Sometimes we all deserve to be happy, but find happiness with the person that you chose first. And if you've tried and you both try the best and it doesn't work, at least you've tried. Something that we don't consider is that, say you have kids, rather, I say, have two happy homes than one very unhappy home. But when you get divorced, and say it's a young couple that gets divorced, sooner or later you might end up in different relationships. And can you imagine the kids now having to get used to different people in their lives and being carted between different homes, and parents talking about the other spouse and asking questions about the stepmom and the stepdad, and kids getting caught between? It really, really is an unhappy situation for children to be in.